have more breaking updates now coming in, since the smaller parties are going to play a big role in the formation of the government, whether they decide to extend support or whether they decide to abstain from voting. We have breaking updates coming in of what the role of VCK could be. The VCK chief has backed Vijay in this power battle, extending support to Vijay, saying he should be allowed to assume office. Now, VCK has not said whether it would be extending support to the TVK or not, but saying that Vijay should become the chief minister. So the political pressure building on the governor as support continues for Vijay to form the next government in Tamil Nadu. Now, VCK has said very clearly that Vijay should become the chief minister, or TVK should be allowed to stake claim to form the government, and saying that there will be no hurdles that will be put forward from the VCK side. Okay, all right. So currently we're seeing that the meeting has just ended. It's been a 40-minute meeting, and the meeting is said to have ended. What is going to happen next? Has TVK or has Vijay managed to convince the governor that it has enough numbers to prove majority in the floor of the House? The smaller constituents are going to play the biggest role here. Vijay is said to have told the governor that we have the numbers. Currently, as it stands, the CPI and CPM have said that they will decide on whether to extend support to Vijay or not. They have 2 seats each. Vijay is at 108, and he still requires the support of about 10 MLAs to prove majority in the floor of the House. He has 5 from the Congress party already, another 5 expected. Kritika is also live with us, and Kritika, this comes amid a lot of speculations on whether there could be support coming in from the AIADMK as well. The MLAs had also been shifted to a resort in Puducherry. What's the update from there? Because as of now, while Vijay met the governor, we still don't have a word yet on whether the government has agreed to ask Vijay to form the government in the state.
Well, absolutely, Pratibha. It is amidst these speculations that, in fact, we're seeing AIADMK MLAs head out to Puducherry. Of course, they maintain that this is only to blow off political steam, and that is why they're collecting here. They're also, in fact, stating
I have to interrupt you there just a moment, Kritika. I'll come back to you in just a moment. We have big breaking updates coming in on what the governor is expected to do, or the decision that the governor has taken. The governor has asked Vijay to prove majority, which means that swearing in can take place after the majority has been proven. So, Madhav, do we know yet whether Vijay has convinced the governor that yes, he has the numbers? Because the governor has made it clear that swearing in ceremony or the oath taking can take place only after the majority is proven.
Absolutely. In fact, this is the big update that Dharani is bringing to us. The Governor House sources have indicated that the governor will invite Vijay to swear to the swearing-in ceremony only if he has the numbers. That he will have to first prove that he has a majority of the MLAs, and then the swearing-in ceremony can take place. So the deadlock continuing. This is as high octane as Tamil Nadu politics gets. You know, it's quite reminiscent of the kind of politics we've seen in the past. At this point of time, now with the governor, as far as the second meeting is concerned, also indicating that Vijay will have to clearly prove the numbers. What can we expect from here now? Is it going to be a legal battle that will now be looked at in terms of the option that will be exercised as far as the TVK, as far as the Congress is concerned? Because as far as they are concerned, they have been maintaining that they have the single largest party in the form of TVK and the single largest post-poll alliance in the form of TVK and Congress, and therefore they should be invited to form the government. The Governor's House saying that since they don't have a clear majority, they will not be in a position to allow for that swearing-in ceremony to take place. Let's go across to Dharani for that. Dharani getting us that big story. Dharani, this is a huge development any which way you look at it. The second successive attempt by Vijay to cobble together, not just the alliance but also be sworn in as chief minister hasn't really worked, because it seems that Governor Rajendra Arlekar is not impressed with the numbers or the presentation and the report that has been cited by Vijay in his meeting. Once again, the Governor's House sources indicating that he will have to show that he has a clear majority. Dharani.
This is the news that we are able to get from sources in Lok Bhavan. The governor has once again asked Vijay to prove majority. The governor has told that the swearing-in ceremony can take place only after Vijay proves majority. This is the update that we are able to get from Lok Bhavan. In fact, remember yesterday also when TVK chief Vijay had met the governor told the same thing. He told Vijay to prove majority. The magic number is 118. At the moment, Vijay has 1112, and he needs at least 6 more MLA support to form the government comfortably. Since Vijay is not having that at the moment, the governor has told Vijay that Vijay can have an oath-taking ceremony only if he proves the majority. Before proving the majority, Vijay cannot have an oath-taking ceremony, is what Governor Rajendra Arlekar has very clearly conveyed to TVK chief Vijay during the second meeting today too. Now remember, many parties such as the VCK, CPI, CPIM, etc., they've been telling that the governor should not demand majority from Vijay at this juncture. The governor should let Vijay do the oath-taking ceremony, and after that Vijay can prove the majority in the floor of the assembly, is what these parties have been telling. They are questioning the governor's stance on this matter. They are telling that the governor's act is unconstitutional. But despite all these comments coming in from various political parties, it looks like the governor is stern on his stance. He wants Vijay to prove the majority before the oath-taking ceremony takes place. Otherwise, the ceremony cannot take place, is what has been clearly conveyed to Mr. Vijay during the second meeting today at Lok Bhavan.
Absolutely. In fact, Kritika also joining us. Kritika, very, very important now. All of the resort politics that we're seeing, the ADMK MLAs, shepherded to that particular resort in Puducherry. Now, that becomes very crucial to look at. What is cooking in the ADMK camp becomes very, very important, because if Vijay is not being sworn in as the Chief Minister, what role will the other MLAs play? For instance, what role will the AIADMK MLAs play? Will there be an attempt at trying to form a government by the AIADMK and the TVK? Becomes a very important question, because there has been, a sentiment within a section of the AIADMK that they should go with the TVK. Becomes very important for the survival of the AIADMK as well to continue in government, or at least come into government, something that they've been out of for the past 5 years.
Well, absolutely, Madhav, it remains to be seen, because remember, the DMK partners are not extending outright support in terms of their MLA stating or writing letters to the governor that they are backing TVK. This also seems a little unlikely, given that DMK, they have a long-standing partnership with the DMK as well. So basically what the politics behind this, what the political signaling as far as the smaller parties that are DMK alliance partners are concerned, is that they want to see the swearing in happen, because that the majority need not be proven in the Lok Bhavan. This way, they also get to stand by the people's mandate behind Vijay. They also get to question the governor. We already have word coming in from the Congress party, as well as the VCK, as well as the left parties, that the governor cannot, in fact, intervene at this point. It is at the assembly wherein the majority has to be proven. So, of course, they are, projecting themselves to be in the right here. On the other hand, we have the other big party, the Dravidian party, AIADMK, whose over 40 MLAs are currently lodged up in a resort in Puducherry. They continue to claim that they're only blowing off political steam, but as we speak, the political steam keeps on rising. As you're rightly pointing out, what Vijay is looking at is a deadlock. There are, in fact, legal options also available. Abhishek Manu Singhvi also said that all avenues are currently open with the TVK. The legal team also is in constant consultation, and, in fact, has met with the governor as well in order to make the governor, in fact, read into Vijay's stance. But, of course, we're again learning, as Dharini rightly pointed out, that the governor is still not convinced of Vijay proving the majority mark. Now, remember, AIADMK camp still holding out in Puducherry. They're maintaining that they are here with EPS's, in fact, consent as well. So that is also going to be interesting to see whether or not EPS also now lands up at the governor's house. Over to you.
Okay, so where is the support coming from? That's a question on everyone's mind, and that's exactly what the governor is also said to have asked Vijay. Vijay telling the governor that we have the numbers, but the governor has actually asked, where does this number actually come from? How can you prove majority in the floor of the house? So these are some of the questions that the governor has asked. Can you run a stable government with the numbers you have? And asking, who all are supporting you to reach the magic figure? So, Madhav, that suspense continues. While the TVK is confident that the governor has been convinced, the question still remains, where is that support actually coming from? Is it from the smaller parties? Is it from the ADMK? That has not been told, and that was exactly what the governor has also asked Vijay. Where are the numbers coming
what
from?
the governor expects from the Vijay as well as the TVK, what they are looking at in terms of what TVK should be doing. And they have specifically now said that there have to be letters of support. So this is where the role of the CPM, the CPI, the VCK and other allies of the erstwhile Congress DMK alliance comes into play. IUML has already, for instance, said that it will go with the DMK. So what happens to the 6 other parties, and will they be able to convince them to go along with the TVK and the Congress party? What happens to the PMK, for instance, given the fact that Ramadas and Vijay don't exactly share a good equation? Will the PMK still be interested, or Vijay still be interested in taking them along in such a situation? Because once they start negotiating with these smaller parties, those smaller parties will also perhaps be demanding their pound of flesh. So what really happens as far as those negotiations becomes very, very important at this point of time. And we're going to be going to all of these parties. Remember that VCK and CPI have already said that governor's actions are not right, that the governor should have invited Vijay and that Vijay should have been sworn in as the chief minister. But they've not outrightly said that we will vote for Vijay if he is, the chief minister who is seeking a floor test and support from various MLAs. Will they now have to explicitly put forth their point of view? That becomes the most important point of view, a point of perspective. And will the Congress as well as the TVK be able to do that? Because remember, while they can exercise legal options and go the legal route, that is something that will be time consuming, that will require a lot of effort. It would probably be simpler for them to get those allies, even if the allies of the various parties are not very happy with the fact that they were not consulted in the first place. Will they be able to convince them and bring them around? While Girish Chodakar, who we were speaking to a short while earlier, was very confident that everything will fall in place, now becomes a crucial part for the Congress party to be able to prove whether it is going to be able to get other allies and other political parties, because TVK, remember, is a new entrant into this entire world of politics. The party itself is just 2 years old, whereas Congress has the experience. It has, top legal minds such as Abhishek Manu Singh, who are advising Vijay. Will they be able to then bring these parties together becomes a very important question. Let me take that question across to Dharani and Saumit as well, because Dharani, getting those parties is going to be much tougher than was earlier envisaged, because they aren't happy about the fact that they were not consulted when all these negotiations were going on. But without the support of these political parties, it now appears it would be very difficult for Vijay to be sworn in as Chief Minister. Dharani.
Well, definitely it looks like it will be very tough for Vijay to be sworn in as a chief minister because the governor has very clearly told Vijay that, unless he proves majority, he cannot hold the swearing in ceremony. At the moment, Vijay doesn't have the magic number in his hands. The Congress is the only political party that has extended support to Vijay openly, and the Congress has 5 seats, including Congress. Now the tally stands at 113, and Vijay will need 6 or 7 more seats to cross the magic number of 118, considering the fact that Vijay has won from 2 seats. So unless he crosses the majority line and unless he proves the majority, Vijay cannot have the oath-taking ceremony. And the governor is not convinced by Vijay's claim that, TVK is the single largest party and TVK should be allowed to hold an oath-taking ceremony with these numbers. He is not convinced by these arguments, and he has very clearly communicated to Team Vijay that come with majority and then hold the oath-taking ceremony. Otherwise, there is going to be no oath-taking ceremony. This is what has been clearly communicated. Now, it remains to be seen how Team Vijay is going to react to this development. But, for the time being, this is what we can tell from top sources at the Lok Bhavan.
All right, and in fact, Saumit also is going to be joining us very quickly, because Saumit is getting us information that the legal teams, in fact, would be reaching the TVK office. Pratibha is with us. Pratibha, can you confirm that information? Legal advice now being taken by Vijay. He's going to exercise his legal options. That appears to be the most clear possibility, or the most distinct possibility, going by what's before us.
Well, that's the information that our reporters are getting for us. Shamit, checking these details. And we're told, after looking at all the legal options, Vijay currently after this meeting that took place with the governor, the TVK was very confident that it has the numbers. The governor has asked where the numbers are coming from, and now Vijay and team are checking the legal options available and looking at what are the options that are currently available with them before making that final decision on what's going to happen. So currently the meeting has ended. The TVK leaders are going to sit with the legal heads to decide on what is going to happen next, what is the decision that they are going to take. We have also spoken about the multiple scenarios that are possible. One on whether a faction of the AIADMK leaders, MLAs, support or extend support to the TVK. The second option is, of course, they already have support of the Congress party. The other smaller parties also come in. A third option as well that is possible, a third scenario that is possible, where some of these parties will abstain from voting on the day of the floor test, and then Vijay will have the numbers. But now that the governor has actually asked for a letter of support, it may not be possible for Vijay or TVK to actually say that some may abstain, which means that Vijay will actually have to get letters of support from the parties. Dharani, so, the question is, as of now, it clearly means that even if from the smaller parties, as of now, even if they're indicating that they may be tilting towards Vijay, that's not enough, because the governor has asked for actual evidence, has asked for actual letters of support for Vijay for giving the green signal for him to take oath.
Well, the governor has demanded sufficient number of letters of support from the MLAs for Vijay to take oath as the chief minister. So the magic number, as we all know, is 118. So only if Vijay is providing letters of support from 118 MLAs, he'll be able to take oath as the chief minister. So far, the governor's office has not invited Vijay to form the government, is what we can very confidently tell. Vijay has had 2 meetings with the governor so far, one yesterday and one today, and today's meeting went on for in fact 45 minutes. And during this meeting, Vijay put in so many arguments. He told that TVK has 34.9% vote share. TVK has 108 seats on its own. And now the Congress party is also extending support to TVK. He told that he'll be able to prove his majority in the floor of the assembly after oath taking. But despite all these arguments from Vijay's side, the governor is not convinced. He wants Vijay to prove the majority before the oath taking. Unless the majority is proven, Vijay cannot go ahead with the oath taking, is what the governor's office has very clearly told. Now Vijay is definitely under pressure. He'll have to somehow cross the majority line to do the oath taking ceremony. So he'll have to rely on the parties like VCK, CPIs and CPIM. These 3 parties, they've already told that they have a meeting tomorrow, their internal meeting, and only after the internal meeting they'll be able to announce whether they're going to support Vijay or not, is something that they've already made very clear. So now Vijay have to wait for the response from VCK, CPI and CPIM, because these 3 parties altogether, they account for 6 assembly seats. All 3 of them, they have 2 seats each. So in case...
Okay, and Somit is joining us for more information on this. Somit, you have also spoken to sources within the governor's house. Now, thus far, the governor has always asked Vijay to prove the majority. He has also asked that Vijay has to give letters of support. Now, what has happened in today's meeting? Has the governor's position changed from what it was 24 hours ago? What transpired in that meeting, Somit?
Well, Madhav, it's big it's big relief from the Vijay from the governor's office. As actually, governor has asked many questions. How can you prove the mandate? How can you get to the magic figure? How many MLAs are supporting you? Which are all the parties supporting you? And TVK has answered to each and every question and stated that they are very much confident in having the numbers, and they're already in talks with the political parties, and they've already convinced the Congress to give them the support. And at the same time, they also stated that they will prove the majority, the mandate, the magic figure in the assembly floor test, and he has requested the governor to invite him to the to form the government. And what we are learning from the top sources is that already governor has accepted, he got convinced, and he has given green signal to form the government. And he has also stated that TVK has to prove when it comes to the numbers, when it comes to the floor test, assembly floor test, which is going to be held very soon. So it's big relief. And what we are also learning from the sources is that all the questions have been answered, and at the same time, even we have just a little time ago we were learning from the sources that legal team have also has also reached Vijay's residence, and when the talks were going on, so it's big relief for Vijay because elaborate arrangements have been made at the Nehru Stadium for the CM's swearing ceremony, which is going to be happen, which was actually scheduled at the 11, and they'll have to it was stalled by the governor because the governor stated that he was not convinced with the replies and the detailed report submitted by the TVK side, and again the letter of approval was submitted by the Bassi yesterday, and even legal team was accompanied along with him to the governor's office. And again today Vijay has met the governor, and what we are given to understand is that he has submitted a detailed report, and then a few questions were posed by the governor, and finally all the questions were answered by the TVK side, TVK chief Vijay, and finally, the governor has agreed to it. He got convinced, and he has invited Vijay to form the government, is what we are given to understand. So we'll have to wait and see how things will turn up. When will be the chief minister's swearing ceremony? And we know very soon from now, a call will be taken from the TVK side, is what we are given to understand, Madhav.
All right, I'm going to request all our reporters to stay with us, Somit, Dharani, as well as Pratibha and Kritika. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us for the moment. Of course, the story doesn't end here. The suspense only continues. The Tamil Nadu pot boiler, will Vijay be sworn in as Chief Minister? Those continue to remain the important questions. We're slipping into a quick break, but more breaking news and updates coming up in a short while from now. Stay tuned.